You're listening to the Geekly Chronicles,
Series 5, Episode 10.
Thanks for listening back to the Geekly Chronicles.
This show was recorded on the 3rd of February 2017.
This version of the show isn't quite the same as the one that went out live, as we've had to edit out all of the songs.
It's nothing personal. We're just big fans of making sure artists get paid for the great things they create.
If you want to listen back to the show in its full musical glory, head over to our Mixcloud channel, where you'll find every episode of the Geekly Chronicles as it was meant to be heard.
Ooh. That's mixcloud.com/GKLYCO.
Thanks again for listening.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Oh, hello. And in a week... hi. In the week where a Peter Rabbit sculpture in Nantwich was set on fire. Bit mean.
Yeah. And in the week where an MEP had a screw it moment and held up a sign behind Nigel Farage in the European Parliament saying, he's lying to you.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And in the week where a BBC reporter confused viewers by appearing to have magic hands, or at least magic gloves.
Yes, in all of those weeks,
did you know it's been 1,892 days?
Since what?
That's 2,724,480 minutes.
Have you been watching Rent again?
5 years, 2 months, 3 days.
Since what?
Oh.
Since that £400 gingerbread White House went on display, remember that?
Ooh.
I remember feeling hungry.
Gingerbread White House. I like that idea. But focus.
It was the 1st of December 2011, 5 years, 2 months and 3 days ago. And that was the day the first episode of the Geekly Chronicles went live on air.
Seems like a random birthday to celebrate.
Oh, that's not the good bit.
Really? The anticipation is killing me.
Wait, have we really hit a milestone?
Oh, yes. Welcome to the 50th episode of the Geekly Chronicles.
Hey! Well done, us.
We've got a very special anniversary show lined up for you tonight.
That's right. For one night only, we will be reviving some of our old features like Would You Rather and Bad Song of the Week.
We've also got some of our usual features like Game of Geeks, Would You Fund It, and the Tumble Fumble. Well, actually, I don't think we have a Tumble Fumble. I'm just saying that through autopilot.
Well, there we go. Maybe
we might not.
There just wasn't room to squeeze one in, I think.
Well, there we go.
There's a voyage of discovery this evening's show.
We've also got the winning word competition where you can win awesome Geekly merchandise and our mystery prize of the week too.
Oh, and of course, we are also celebrating our 50th show tomorrow night by throwing a big, real-life, actual, in-person, human, face-to-face party with free food and everything. But more on that in a bit.
As always, we will be playing your requests, so get them in via our chat room. You can find it on the Geekly website at gkly.co or tweet them to us at gklyco on Twitter.
Oh, yes,
the point.
and we'll tell you when.
Yeah.
It's just the end of it. So with 5 of these series now, we've done 5.
I know. I am very impressed we have all survived and not managed to burn anything down,
We've all
get ourselves
changed and
sued.
grown and...
We managed to move studios twice over the course of this programme, and it's not all fallen apart.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that, actually, and I'm sure at some point in 2017 the studio will move again.
Why not? We've proved we can do it now. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. What I really want to ask is, what does the fat lady need to hear to let us do the portrait hole this week?
You what?
A password? I mean a winning word?
Oh, of course. Your Harry Potter reference is but a thin veil in front of this week's winning word, Catherine.
What is going... anyway.
Watch Harry Potter.
If you're new to the show... I did, it was a long time ago. This is where we give you a word to listen out for. When you hear that word spoken by any of the presenters, not Hattie, to clarify, during the rest of the show, call in and win stuff.
You need to listen carefully, but as soon as you hear it, you can call in and claim your prize. There's a Geekly merch bundle up for grabs, as well as a mystery £5 thing that will be revealed later in the show.
Here is Hattie Hayridge, Holly from Red Dwarf, the voice of our jingles from Series 3 to Series 5. It was Series 3, right?
I think so.
Yeah. With all the details.
This week's winning word is naturist.
Why?
Well, I think it's International Go to Work Naked Day.
That does explain why neither of you are wearing anything.
Look, Chris, I told you that you were overdressed for the show tonight, okay? Anyway, listeners, as soon as you hear the word, be the first to give us a call. Give us a call? Give us a call. Give us a call if you like. And win all the things.
All the things. And now, the tacos.
Yummy tacos.
Terms and conditions.
Oh, that's yummy.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear the winning word, give us a call in the UK on 020 3389 6245 or in the US on 415 287 9705. You might just win something. Calls cost the standard geographic rate from mobiles and BT landlines. Other networks may vary and international calls will cost significantly more. Lines close at the end of the show. Please do not try to enter if you are listening back to the podcast as the competition has closed, but you may still be charged. For full terms or to find another regional number, visit gkly.co/win.
Indeed you can. And lines are open now. But also...
Tacos. Sorry, go on.
Snazzy bonus thing for this episode of the show.
Exciting.
If you enter the winning word at store.tinykettle.com, if you miss it on the show, you can get 10% off any of our wonderful Geekly merch.
Oh, that's
until next
exciting.
week.
Exciting.
So, yeah.
Oh, and if you order it tonight or any time during the day tomorrow, and you're coming to our party,
Yeah.
you don't even have to get it posted to you. You can pick it up for free.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
It's pretty magical.
We'll talk more about
Gotta
the
love
party in a
merch.
little bit, but now we're thinking about 50 episodes. It's been a long time. It's been 5 and a bit years. Absolutely. I've got some buttons I can press here and everything.
You have
We
indeed.
don't want your money, but if we did, we'd spend it on stuff like this. It's, would you fund it?
It is indeed. Not that that's an indication of what the proceeds from the Tiny Kettle store go to do. But that is right, Hattie. It is time for a delve into the innermost workings of Kez's imagination.
Hang on. I've got another button for that one.
Go on then.
Somewhere.
Up this week, it's Kez's turn to pitch.
Oh,
It's the button with your name on it.
I know. They all look the same. They've all got my name on them. It's just a row of Kez here.
Yeah, that explains much.
Now, in case you didn't know, for the last 2 series, we've run the amazing feature, Would You Fund It?, which is where the three of us pitch each other, and you, the listeners, ideas for a fictional foray into crowdfunding. We're not actually going to ask you for crowdfunding money for these, but here are some naff crowdfunding ideas that we've done a bit of everything, really, from reality TV shows that we could put tax-avoiding MPs in to...
I think that was the first one,
That
wasn't
was
it?
the first one.
Wow.
We had
Jammy
Family
Dodgers.
Flotilla, which was the
Family Flotilla.
Nigel Farage on a boat. We had...
Astley's Baps was one of my favourites.
yes, Astley's Baps.
Have we really done 2 series worth of terrible ideas?
This will be the 20th Would You Fund It idea. And I have got a stunning Would You Fund It idea. They are always generally inspired by current events, as you know. And
course.
Unless they're mine.
unless they yours, in which case they're just inspired by food or farts. One of the two.
Nice.
Or celebrities I quite like.
Sometimes all 3 at once.
I give you
Quite
was
gross.
it the Rickman factor and the Shatnav?
Yes. I quite liked the Shatnav, though.
Yeah, the
You have
Rickman
reached
factor was
your-
rubbish.
Destination.
Yeah.
This week, I've been a bit inspired by all of the protests happening against...
As one often is.
Yes, well, I mean, protests, strikes sometimes affect people in negative ways as well as positive ways. I think we can all agree, here on the Geekly Chronicles anyway, that we are a big thumbs up at many of these protests that are happening and the things people are protesting for. However, there have been several things on Twitter that I've seen over the past week of people of maybe questionable moral fibre going along to protests, and maybe, how sometimes you see those Twitter accounts like Overheard at Waitrose and Highgate Mums.
Yeah.
Imagine those people at political rallies and protests. That was really where my head went for this Would You Fund It? And I thought, what if all of those kind of white, rich tech startup owners that are supporting Trump actually weren't supporting Trump, but instead were trying to support the protesters and were making technology to try and aid the protesters? What would that white middle class technology look like? And so I came up with Protestify. Protestify.
That's not pro-testify.
It's protest-ify.
I see.
I was also, it could be protest.io, it could be protestly, but...
Depends which domain name's available, really.
Exactly. But I just thought I'd go with protestify because, that's a hipster startup name for you.
Sure.
So would you like to hear my idea for this week's Would You Fund It?
I don't see that I'm going to get a choice.
All right, here it is. Protestify.
Show us your tax returns. Show us your money. Show us your tax returns. Show us your...
Hey, didn't you hear?
Hear what?
The tax returns thing's old news. Now we're angry because he's literally killing puppies.
He's killing...
Puppies, yeah. I think you need to go home and change your placard.
Oh, joke's on you. I've got one of these new hipster edition placards from Protestify.
You've got what?
It's a placard with an e-ink screen that I can control from my smartphone. All I have to do to change the sign is tap a message in on my phone, like, hands off our puppies, you hound dog. There we go. Wait a few seconds and...
Oh, wow.
I know.
What else can it do?
Well, being the top protest gadget made by and for privileged white people, it's designed to spot witty slogans and chants made by minority groups and mimic them just slightly louder. It's also got a built-in phone charger and bagel toaster.
Okay, maybe I'm less sold on it now.
I haven't even told you the best bit.
I'm afraid to ask.
If you press this button here, the whole placard becomes a briefcase. There's also a black suit and red tie inside, so if the police show up, you can transform into a realistic-looking Republican and claim that you were just passing by. It's genius.
But what about dignity? What about standing together in solidarity?
Oh, I'm all for that, as long as I can still toast my bagels and have a get-out-of-jail-free card. That's what's so great about the hipster edition placard. I can be part of the 99% and the 1% at the same time.
I'm going over here now. I think maybe you ought to look at your priorities.
Your loss. Hands off my bagels! Hands off my puppies! Hipsters can protest, so can yuppies! Hands off my bagels! Hands off my puppies! Hipsters can protest, and so can yuppies! Hands off my bagels! Hands off my puppies! Hipsters can protest, so can yuppies!
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, products for the hipster generation to go out and protest with.
Wow. I'm quite glad I got to play the villain this week.
Yeah, you were the baddie for once, and would you fund it?
Is it bad that I'm sort of coming round to this idea?
It's just because it's got a bagel toaster in it, aren't you?
Yeah, mainly.
You do love your bagels.
I do love a good bagel. But, being able to change what's on your placard while you're out on your protest, it's because we all know how the person currently in charge of the United States tweets a lot
and can go from not showing tax returns to literally killing puppies.
Really at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So
the drop of an axe, really, I suppose.
Yeah. So
drop of a slightly sharp knife. I suppose just drop of a puppy, I guess.
It would be quite handy. I'm just going to move on from that. It would be quite handy if it would auto-update based on whatever had been tweeted by said person in the last, hour or so.
Take the wittiest retort and then put it up on your sign.
Yeah.
Just respond as easily as...
Yeah. I suppose, really, this is a bit rubbish because you could just have some paper and a Sharpie.
It's true.
But,
it's more stuff to carry around, isn't it? You're already carrying a placard.
Yes, but this thing's probably going to be quite heavy with the fact that it's got an e-ink screen and a bagel toaster.
Yeah, but otherwise you're essentially just carrying around a flip chart, aren't you?
And bagels and a toaster, and you'd need an extension cable for the toaster. So I kind of get the point.
Yeah, and a car battery to power it.
That's true.
You wouldn't march very far.
No, whereas this is obviously solar powered, I would assume. So there you go.
Yeah, okay, so when you think about the practicalities, maybe it's not such a good idea. But, in principle...
Well, anyway, it's not for us to judge. It is for our listeners to vote. So how can they do that?
Well, you can do that by heading over to our Twitter account, twitter.com/GKLYCO, where we have tweeted a poll, and we will be checking in with the results later in the show.
Vote now at gkly.co/.
I just thought I'd hit the button that said vote now because I thought all it said was vote now. Go to Twitter.
Go
Ignore
to Twitter.
Hattie. She doesn't know what she's
Ignore
talking
that.
about.
That page is not a thing.
You can also get your song requests in. Head to our chat room, which is on the website. Also, if you're in IRC, get a free node IRC. The room is GKLYCO. We can see plenty of people in there, including Meek Chopesh. We've got Pink Fuzzy Sheep. We've got Dweeb, who is a regular listener. Lots of people in the chat room there. So jump in, get requesting some songs. You can request them on Twitter as well.
You can.
Basically, any way you can contact us, you can request a song. We'll get your message and we'll play it. But we're also going to play some fun stuff from earlier series of the show as well. I played you the song that was the first ever song we played.
You did.
What do you think our first ever song of Series 3 was? Just saying. I boogie to it every time.
Yeah, I have this vivid memory of a friend at school standing on the desk in this like drafty old mobile classroom, just belting that out every word perfect, and just everyone sat around just gawking.
Respect.
Well, Dweeb in the chat room said, funny story about this song. My mum used to teach Sunday school for high school ages, and she had them analyse that song in Sunday school. Well, I suppose if you're going to go to school on a Sunday, better have some good music. Eden says, kind of hoped it'd be the Weird Al version. We do like the Weird Al version,
yes.
But we're going back and playing some songs that we've had on previous series of the show. But now, speaking of previous series of the show, it's time for a trick back in time.
Our
that was
sound
like
effects budget has really gone through the floor, hasn't it?
Maybe I just forgot to get that one, but yeah, it says here in the notes, make a back in time noise. So I'm going.
I sort of think of it more of a.
So mine was more like a tape being reversed while you're still hearing it.
I was imagining some kind of spatial distortion. Yeah.
Okay, sample it, lay it down. We'll do it for next time.
All right, then. Now we've got that out the way.
Do you remember back in Series 2, we ran the Bad Song of the Week competition?
Worst feature ever.
It was not the worst. We had some amazing bad songs. Can you remember some of them?
Something about chow mein.
Oh, yeah, there was I Like Chinese Food.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
There was the song We Like Pizza by the Pizza Kids.
Yeah.
Those are food songs.
Yeah, there were quite a lot.
Do you not remember that one?
I do now you're playing it.
I like pizza pepperoni, mozzarella and anchovy. I like pizza with...
I'm not going to play the whole song.
No, please.
But anyway,
don't.
we used to pick 2 songs a week and have the listeners vote for what the worst song of the week was.
Simpler time.
Rather than revive this feature in the same way, though, we thought we might put the feature down, flip it, and reverse it.
Did you just Missy Elliott a feature?
I just Missy Ellioted. I Missy Elliotized. I Missy How do I English?
I don't know. That might be a good thing to figure out.
I did
if
the
you
Missy
ever find
Elliott
yourself on the
thing,
radio.
to that feature. And I think it's now time for our listeners to suggest bad songs. What's the worst song you've ever heard, listeners? What is the most embarrassing piece of music you can think has ever been made? Tell us. We will play some clips later on in the show and we will vote. The 3 of us here in the studio will vote for your bad songs, and we may play the worst one.
Because that's democracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
Wow.
Love
bad
it.
song.
Yeah. Well,
anything to add to there, Catherine?
I don't know. I was thinking about bad songs.
Cold sweat.
Yeah, I know, just whew. Bad songs are one thing, but do you remember Series 3 when we ran the Would You Rather segment?
It was the precursor to Would You Fund It, where Would You Rather was just asking those, classrooms sit around going, would you rather marry Bill Nye or Tyson DeGrasse?
Bill Nye, no contest.
I went to quite a sciencey school. It's the bow ties, isn't it?
Is Tyson DeGrasse like Neil deGrasse Tyson?
That's the one I meant.
Just wondering that.
Yeah.
And do you mean Bill Nye or Bill Nye?
Good question. Would you rather marry Bill Nye or Bill Nye?
Yes, Bill Nye or Bill Nye. Anyway, that's not our would you rather question for tonight.
No. Anyway.
I hadn't thought of that. Bill Nye or Bill Nye. The science guy or the other one?
I'm going with the other one, personally.
That's the bow ties for me. I'd go with the science guy every time.
I don't know. It's a tough question.
But
anyway.
we thought we would pose you a would you rather question tonight. So you'll be able to vote on this on Twitter. We're going to do a Twitter poll. But Catherine, what are we asking people?
We were thinking, it being our 50th episode, would you rather listen to all 50 episodes of the Geekly Chronicles or read all the 50 Shades of Grey books?
Now.
So 50 hours of Geekly or 50 Shades of Grey?
Yep.
It's tough because...
I'm thinking we'd give people 50 days to do it.
I was about to ask about the time scale. So 50 days in which to read all the 50 Shades of Grey books.
Or to listen to 50 hours, 100 hours of the Geekly Chronicles. That's 2 hours a day.
Yeah, you can fit one episode in a day. So that would be manageable.
Well, I know what I would rather do.
I've no idea how long the 50 Shades books are.
But I'm guessing you could either just kind of sit down and read them, one after the other.
Yes.
Or you could really draw it out for the whole 50 days and just torture yourself.
You could
true.
sit down over the course of trying to do a quick bit of mental maths, the course of about 5 days, and listen to all of Geekly back to back, and then that's it then.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You've got 45 days of freedom, effectively. But, 50 Shades, I've no idea how long it would take you to get through that.
Yeah, and you'd always remember it as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've had some bad song suggestions coming in the chat room already.
What have we got?
Well, someone has suggested Rebecca Black Friday, and we did have that as one of our bad songs back in the Bad Song Day.
Did we?
We did. And Ryking, in fact, in the chat room, he said, have you seen the sheet music for Friday? It's basically a straight line of notes. Which is funny because that's basically how it sounds.
Yeah. It truly is a bad song.
So get your requests coming in. Request your good songs, request your bad songs, request all the songs in between, and very soon you'll have the facts of Geekly. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Clever.
If you say so.
We have two very special guests on the show tonight. We have Melissa here to talk about fantastic kind of game experience that will be coming up after the next song. And then later on in the show, we're talking to epic comedian James. James has a surname. You're going to have to remind me of it.
James does indeed.
It would totally help if I remembered it.
Wilson Taylor.
Can none of you
James Wilson Taylor.
read the notes?
James Wilson Taylor.
I knew it was WNT, but I'm thinking
50 episodes, and I have never done that more than once in a show. So
I was thinking it's definitely WT. Is it Watson Trombone? No.
Watson Trombone. Yes.
That is where my
James Watson Trombone is coming on the show.
I thought I
later.
mustn't say that out loud.
I don't know about you, but you having just said Watson Trombone does sort of make me want to go and print a deed poll out during the next song.
And change your name to Watson
That's happening
Trombone.
now.
You're listening to, what was it again? The Geekly Chronicles, and you'd get it in the end.
And now we're joined on the show by Melissa. Hello, Melissa.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty all right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm very excited by what I can only describe as a combination of cute and amazing. So tell us a bit about My Guild Leader is a Demon.
So My Guild Leader is a Demon is a visual novel, which is a story that's told in the narrative style of a video game that has a silly premise, but deeper themes. The premise is that a girl named Bethlehem accidentally summons a demon while she's playing video games, but it turns out that he just wants her to show him how to play them. Deeper themes are about growing up queer or neuroatypical, and how we form these powerful support structures with each other over the internet that give us what the people physically around us often withhold. The human characters, the human kids who appear in the first episode, I made sure to show all three of them typing on their phones. I wouldn't have survived my teens without the internet, without these so-called strangers on the other side of the screen to pull me through those difficult times. And this is a story about that experience in a positive sense.
That sounds amazing. The characters, from what I've seen, are incredible. Where did you get your inspiration?
Thank you. I'm 28, almost 29, but I originally came up with the characters Bethlehem and Sammers, the human kid leads, when I was 16 years old. My original ideas at the time were surprisingly similar. Bethlehem was this happy, energetic little exorcist who lived in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and she had this angel friend. I saw this post on Tumblr recently that was like, "Dear teens, that idea you have for a webcomic, you know, the one with the angels and the demons, it's not good." Well, don't worry, I replaced the angels with video games, and it's good now. So it's probably relevant to mention that I was raised in an extremist religious environment. It was a matter of irrefutable doctrine to me when I was 16 that the world was literally 6,000 years old, and that all scientists who disagreed with that were agents of Satan out to get me. At that point in my life, I thought gay people were bad, even though I myself am pansexual, and I'd never even heard the word transgender. But in retrospect, with Sammers, I was trying to write a transgender character all along. My sister is transgender, and things haven't really gone as great with our family as one would hope, which brings it back to the idea of finding the people who will support you when your family won't, when the people who have power over you in your daily life won't. So it's a pretty personal issue for me. The demon characters are very, very loosely based on real-life historic demon summoning texts. The crests that are shown by their names in the story are pixel icon-sized derivations from their associated seals for how to summon them. The two introduced in the first episode are guys, he, him pronouns, like in the original text, but I've gender bent some of the others who will be introduced later. I tried to give them all really diverse body types. One of them's like 6 inches tall and has glittery wings, because the idea of a bitter, surly demon who all the humans mistake for a fairy made me laugh, so in it went. Lorray is supposed to be obvious kink bait. Frankly, I won't deny that. And Eligor, well, I'm sure he's someone's idea of a handsome hunk, but he's an asexual character. So we have there's gay, bi, asexual characters. I definitely wanted to represent asexuality in this story because that's important in my real life.
So what are your hopes for the story and the characters? Obviously, there's a lot to explore there.
So the subtitle on the mid-episode title screen, it says "A Story About Us" in rainbow letters. Maybe not everyone will get the implication, but I think most of quote-unquote us will. I'm almost 30 now. I'm through the really dangerous part of life for queer kids. I still struggle, actually, but that's mostly because I've been very sick now for almost 2 years. But I feel like now, more than any other time since the moment I realized I wasn't straight, queer kids need positive portrayals. They need main character portrayals. Stories matter. Stories keep people going. And that's what's given me the strength to make all the art and music and all that necessary for this while I'm so sick. A story that's kind of silly, admittedly, but I think is exactly what we need right now.
Absolutely. And so this is episode 1. What comes next?
So episode 1 introduces about half the cast on screen and sets up the conceit. Okay, these kids are going to hang out with these demons and play video games with them. It dangles 3 or 4 different plot threads to yank on later and find out what's up with that. Episode 2 will bring us gay interspecies flirting, but also the kids are going to log online into their MMO and meet Lorray's human friends. I mentioned that this story touches on neuroatypicality as well as queerness, and frankly, it talks about mental illness. There's too much overlap in this culture that we have to try to ignore that. I don't see how many episodes there will be, but several at least. The good news is that each successive one will require noticeably less work to put together than the first, because I don't have to create every single art and music resource from scratch again.
That's amazing, and it sounds just absolutely wonderful to have all of these themes and threads put together. So how can people get their hands on this amazing epic adventure?
Since it's a linear visual novel, that is, there aren't any interactive parts, I've put a video of the whole first episode on YouTube. It's 43 minutes long, so you can search for that. My handle, by the way, on everything, YouTube, Twitter, etc., is the hexadecimal number a bad idea. You can also download the actual game engine executables. I have it for Windows, Linux, Macintosh for either if you want maximum visual and audio quality or if you want to read at your own pace. It's on the indie game website distributor itch.io, 0xabad1dea.itch.io / and then the initialism for my guild leader is a demon 1. But I recommend just searching for it because you're not going to remember that. But make sure to get the full version because I did post a incomplete demo of it for my friend Evie's Game Jam.
That sounds amazing, and thank you so much for talking to us about My Guild Leader is a Demon. I can't wait to see, I think, what's going to come next.
Thank you very much.
And we will, of course, share a link to download it from itch.io in the show notes and on Twitter.
Thank you.
Ah,
That was wonderful. Thank you, Melissa, for joining us.
yes, but that is the original and best, in my opinion.
Because that shop-bought history just isn't the same.
No. You've got to make it happen.
Well, every show this series, we have a £5 bundle of randomness to add to our winning word prize stash, and this week is no exception.
That is right. Every episode we will be ordering something at random from Terence Eden's Cool Stuff for £5 and Under blog at fiveofun.tumblr.com. We have absolutely no idea what it's going to be, so it may well be terrible, but we are going to open it up on air and see what we have got.
Pass it, here we go. Okay. Oh, hello. I dropped it, so I hope it wasn't valuable.
Yep, good stuff.
No,
well, it
nothing
was
fragile.
literally no more valuable than £5.
Valuable was the wrong word.
Breakable.
Fragile, yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Going to open this week's up. This is really cool. We have no idea what it is, and we give this away every week. So the winner of this week's winning word competition will get, drumroll please. Okay.
Table roll.
Tabasco chocolate.
Interesting.
Well, if this winner is outside of the UK or European Union, we may have difficulty posting it.
Possibly.
But this is Tabasco chocolate, and
Yeah.
it was breakable. But that's okay. It's no longer one solid bar of Tabasco chocolate, but it's still in its wrapper, and it's slightly bendy.
Great.
Very slightly. There we go. So, but it looks quite tasty, actually. I like chili and chocolate together.
I do notice that we have 2 bars of Tabasco chocolate. So,
Oh, there's the other one.
yeah,
I got it, yeah.
perhaps we could try one on air.
Oh, hello.
Ooh, hello.
Look
Shall
at
I
me
open it
introducing
now?
a food
Shall I-
feature.
Well, that was me thinking we weren't going to do any food tasting live on the show this week. I'm opening it up. Okay, it's a bit broken. That you can. That would
Although
be
that's handy.
yes, handy because it's broken into 3 almost equally sized pieces. Ooh,
Wow.
It's-
okay, there we go.
It is
Okay.
looking more like it actually just comes in chunks.
Well, I think it's like dairy milk. You break it and it breaks along its already existing fault lines.
It
Yes.
comes in chunks.
Okay.
What?
Hi, Catherine. Just singing away over in the corner there. Good work, Catherine. Thank you for that. Good contribution.
Yeah.
We value you. Come back for next series.
My contributions
Absolutely.
are the best contributions.
All right, we're ready to try this.
No one
then?
is disputing
Okay.
that.
Go on, right. So this is Tabasco chocolate. Give it a go,
Looks
Catherine.
like dark chocolate. That's
Give it a go.
See.
Give it a go, Catherine. Go on.
on.
Oh,
That was a
Look on her face.
solid sounding clunk.
was a solid clunk. We've got some affirmative face.
so far.
Yeah,
I'm mostly getting chocolate rather than Tabasco.
that's all right then.
You see,
I'm gonna pop some in now.
I'm
Yeah, it's just
personally,
like hot chocolate
It's not like hot chocolate because I like hot
Without-
chocolate.
without like faffing around with milk in the microwave.
No, I disagree. It's nothing like a hot chocolate.
No, I don't actually mean it's like a hot chocolate. It's like chocolate that is like hot as in chili is hot.
Right.
okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm starting to get the spice there.
There you
That's
go.
a bit.
There
That's
you
spicy. Spicy like Spicer. No, not that
Spicy like
spicy.
Spi-
not that
what?
Not that spicy.
go. Spicy like Spicer.
Or not that spicy.
Well, I hadn't heard of Sean Spicer until like the last fortnight.
Yeah, he does seem to be everywhere
I need water.
at the moment.
Suddenly need water.
Do we regret the Tabasco chocolate idea, maybe? As
I'm
Kez
good.
currently
I'm good.
coughs up a
I'm
lung
good.
on the other side of the
I'm
table.
okay.
I'm a little bit concerned that I might sort of catch the cover on my mic on fire
Tell me about it.
with my dragon breath that I now have.
So, yeah, Sean
I
Spicer,
hadn't heard of him before the last 2 weeks.
the new White House press secretary.
Oh, is that what he is?
Yes.
I thought he was Minister of Alternative Truth.
Well, that's kind of also true, because Sean Spicer is among the brigade of people promising alternative facts rather than, true facts.
Or just facts,
Or facts,
as we've
yeah.
called them until now.
Until now. In an attempt to sort of mask lies and stuff, he's started using the buzzword alternative facts,
Right.
which is...
Makes no sense to me.
No. But it did get me thinking about this whole situation he's got going, because,
Should we be worried?
well, maybe.
You and thinking in the same sentence without hasn't done any for a while.
So I've written a song.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, I thought alternative facts is kind of just lies, isn't it? Like we all
Basically.
pretty much agree that that's what that means. But I did think, what is it like being Sean Spicer, trying to get people to believe alternative facts rather than the fact that they are lies?
Have you put... Now, a couple of years ago, Catherine and I went to see a musical about everyone's favourite Lord of Time called I Need a Doctor, as it was touring around the UK. And it was, well, what would you say, Catherine?
Out of this world?
Out of this world. I like it. Playing the lead role in the show was comedian James Wilson Taylor, who since then has gone from strength to strength, writing for the Ministry of Sound and The Guardian, and is in the middle of his latest comedy tour, Ginger is the New Black, in which he tries to demystify the redhead and make us all fall in love with copper tops all over again. We're very pleased to welcome him to the show tonight. Hello, James.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Oh, very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Nice to chat to you.
We've got our party hats on here celebrating 50 episodes, so very
Yeah,
exciting.
congratulations. That's a big milestone, man. It's underestimated. That is a big milestone. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks very much. First off, let's talk about the Whosical. What on Earth, or outside of Earth, ever inspired you to do a musical based on Doctor Who?
Yeah, it was a weird one, It was I was at drama school at the time, and we had a kind of final project where you just had to come up with 15 minutes of something. They didn't tell you what it had to be. It just had to be something. So me and my mate Jess, who was in the show as well, obviously, we kind of put together 15 minutes of something based around Doctor Who that we just thought would be funny, and it just kind of got such a good reaction. We kept running with it, really, and I that's basically how I discovered that I really liked writing my own stuff. So yeah, it was just because we were fans and wanted something fun to do at the end of term, but then it developed into this Edinburgh show that just kind of ran and had a bit of a life of its own, really. We definitely didn't expect it to keep going as long as it did. Kind of came out of coursework, and we got a bit lucky that it actually ended up working, really.
I thought it was wonderful. I don't think I've laughed as much at a Dalek before as one made out of a laundry basket.
That was very good.
Yeah, a full-size wheelie bin. I think that's the way forward. If they ever have BBC budget cuts, again, that's what they should go for, definitely.
Full-size wheelie bin.
And it was just, I think it was, I didn't really know what to expect when I went to see it. A part of me was quite excited and another part of me was a bit scared.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of that from the fans, which was quite nice in a way. I quite liked catching people off guard with it, because it is... I think a lot of people, because they're such fans of Doctor Who, they do treat it with, a lot of reverence and a lot of love, which is great, but they get very wary when someone else has a go at it. So it was nice to be able to do something really unexpected with it, which I think we did.
Well, I certainly laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
And obviously this week we've heard that Peter Capaldi will be regenerating at the end of the year. That's really big Who news. Who do you think should play the new Doctor?
So I've been thinking about this, right? It is a tricky one. Someone was saying Olivia Colman in the press a lot. I guess that's because there's the Broadchurch connection with Chris Chibnall coming in, which makes a lot of sense, and I think she'd do a great job. But I don't know, I just learned over the last couple of regenerations that you got to kind of ignore all the bigger names in the press that get thrown around, because I kind of want it to be someone I've never heard of. Do you know what I mean? Like even you think of David Tennant's like this massive star right now. When he first popped up on Doctor Who, I didn't really know who he was, and even less so with Matt Smith at the time. So I kind of hope they go back to the idea that it's someone who's kind of up and coming, and this will give them a big platform. So I don't really know who that is. I mean, in terms of established stars, yeah, there's some great names being bandied around, but I kind of like it to be someone that I can discover in this role a little bit.
I like the Broadchurch connection with Chris Chibnall, and thinking of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She had a part
she's
in
great.
the series 2 of Broadchurch, and I really think she's fantastic. So I quite like to see that.
Yeah, she would be a very good choice, actually. That's a very fair point. And again, I suppose like she's got well known because she was in Fleabag and stuff as well. So like she's getting well known.
Just kind of breaking through.
I suppose at that level. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to give someone like that who's had a really good up and coming year a big platform. All right, I'll go for Phoebe then. Let's go for her.
No, I don't want to talk you around.
It really is a broad church of people that could play the Doctor, isn't it?
There it is.
So, you mentioned that Doctor Who was a bit of an inspiration for your coursework then. Have you always been into sci-fi? How does it influence your work?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I sort of kept going down the path. I mean, I've got a new show now, but when we wrapped up the Doctor Who show, I wanted to do my first solo show, which I did at Edinburgh again that year at the Pleasance. And that was all about Batman. I went back and I was like, what other kind of topics did I love as a kid? And I realized that Batman was probably the biggest one. So I did a show called Batfan up there in time for Batman vs Superman coming out, which we then toured around the UK and stuff, which again was completely fun. So like it feeds into the work that way, I guess. When you've got a topic that you have a childhood connection with, I guess, is the main thing. It's easy to write about. And with Batman as well. Like the problem with the Batman show is I could never do it again now because it looks like the Lego Batman movie is about to make every single joke I ever made in that show. But like when there's something like that, you can properly take the pick out of a bit. And run with it. It's a lot of fun. And I think it's the same with Doctor Who and a lot of sci-fi stuff. You watch it as a kid and you grow up with it, so it does feed into the stuff I've done later on.
You kind of keep that childish sense of imagination with the stuff you grew up with. I think you never quite lose that sort of imaginary world and everything that you create in your own mind.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially with when we did the Doctor Who show, it was us still playing dress up in the garden, but on a bigger scale and a little bit older. And with people actually paying to watch, which is nice. But yeah, that's the most fun in the world. Got to keep that going.
We always tend to ask our guests a question about food. My fault. I just love food.
Okay.
But thinking about food and sci-fi, if there is any fictional dish from science fiction that you could try, what would it be?
You know what? I'm going to sort of cheat on this one, but I think it works with it. So fish fingers and custard, right? Obviously Doctor Who. It's an obvious one, but I keep meaning to try this, right? There's a chocolate brand I've seen in some novelty shop in London that does a white chocolate that's fish fingers and custard flavored. And I keep walking past and kind of meaning to buy it, and I've not got around to it yet. So I think that's one that I could sort of cheat on, and I can try that without actually having to try dipping some actual bird's eye fingers into some ambrosia.
Yeah, it's just dipping your fish fingers in a sweet sauce.
Oh yeah, I had to try it.
Oh well, fair enough then. Matt Smith said he did do it, didn't he? He did it on camera, right?
I heard that the fish fingers that he dipped were actually like a nougat thing. They weren't real fish fingers.
Oh, well, that's very disappointing then. Well, did you?
Well,
try
I only
it
heard that. It might not be true.
Well, okay, yeah, it's rumor. Did you try it with hot custard or cold custard? That's the main thing.
It was hot custard.
It was hot.
Okay, I think that makes a difference. I don't think I could hack it with cold custard. I think you get the skin on it and everything. It would just go horribly wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just to gross everyone out on a Friday night. There you go.
But custard aside, then, what does geek culture really mean to you?
I mean, it's tricky one, isn't it? Because it's on the one hand, it's really personal. Like you say about growing up with these characters and stuff, which I think we do. And especially when I was doing the Batman show on my own, you realise how much you've sort of grown up with these characters. And you have your own personal stories around them. But on the other hand of it, it's just a massive community thing, which is awesome. And we discovered that with the Doctor Who show in particular. People, kids turning up in costume, man. That was the best. Kids turning up in their full Doctor Who costume, wanting pictures with, our little, non-copyrighted version of K9 called K10, that kind of thing. It was just so sweet. So I guess that's what it means to me. And I've only discovered that later on when we were doing these shows. But yeah, it's a massive community, and it's an amazing thing, and not to be sniffed at all.
So rather than looking back to what you were doing, why not tell us a bit more about your new show, Ginger is the New Black?
Yeah, so the idea is it's basically just rebranding ginger people for 2017. I wanted to try something new. Like I say, the last two shows were all about geek culture and stuff. I wanted to try and see if I could do a show that was about something completely different and a completely wider topic. So yeah, it's all about being ginger. What happened was I set up a Facebook group just with the title of the show when I was writing it. to plug the Edinburgh run, and I got one Facebook comment on the group saying that Ginger's an abomination and the page should be shut down and shouldn't be encouraged. So the entire show is me trying to convince this Facebook commenter that they are wrong by disproving all the ginger stereotypes. I'm going to prove why gingers can be sexy. They are not angry. They are not evil, which is another weird stereotype. And then lots of silly songs and stuff like that all the way through that I've done in the previous shows. There's a song where I open the show dressed as Ed Sheeran doing what I think is a pretty accurate Ed Sheeran-esque song. So that's the opener, and then we'll finish on the Annie medley. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And again, what's been really nice is just having rooms full of fellow gingers coming out of the woodwork. It's so surreal. We did the first gig of the tour the other week at the Lowry up in Salford, and you had about 170 redheads in this room in Manchester. It's just so surreal, but really, really fun.
I think it sounds wonderful. I think an audience of gingers and ginger lovers, maybe.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. A nice mix, yeah.
Count myself in the latter category there. I think I'm going to have to book a ticket for every single one of these.
That's the way to do it.
So what is it actually like to perform at a comedy festival like Edinburgh?
I mean, I'm lucky. I grew up in Edinburgh, so I was kind of very, very familiar with the way it works. And my other half's a theatre producer as well, so she'd been up doing various things there for a few years. So I think that kind of gave me a little bit of an advantage because places to target. So I did the last two shows, the Doc 2 show and the Batman show, we did through the Pleasance, and then this one I did to the Underbelly, and those are like some of the really major venues. So we've been very, very lucky there. So yeah, the experience of that side of things and getting to work in a big professional environment is amazing. In terms of the day-to-day stuff, it's knackering. Like, you are constantly tired by like midway through the second week. But at the same time, like, you do feel like you've achieved something. Like, I remember I watched, sorry, it's a massive sidetrack. I remember I watched on Netflix Hannibal Buress, the US comedian. He's got a great documentary about going and doing Edinburgh at the Pleasance a couple of years ago. And he says at one bit of it, someone asked him, like, why are you doing it? And he says, it's because if I do the same show every single day for a month, there's no way I'll come out of the other side not a better comedian. And that's the main thing you take away from it. Like, even if you start out terribly, there's no way if you do the same show every day for a month, you're not going to come out on the other side and have improved at least a little bit. So yeah, it's so worth it. I would honestly recommend it to anyone who wants to write their own thing or perform their own thing. Like, it's the place to do it, Edinburgh. Unbelievable.
Oh, it's amazing. We've been doing this for 5 series now, and I'd like to think we're a little better at it now than when we started.
Of course. I mean, it's the way these things work, man. It's nice to have things like podcasts as well, 'cause in the same way, Edinburgh Fringe is perfect for that. You get people of all abilities going up and just trying it.
So, in your opinion as a comedy expert, or rather the comedy expert on the show right now, how can we be funnier? I'd like to be funnier. How do I do that?
You'd like to be funnier?
Cream pie in the face, or
Doesn't really work on radio.
Yeah, costumes help. Silly voices. No, I don't know. It's so weird, isn't it? Because I think it's a comfort thing. I've noticed this through stand-up and also from doing our podcast. It's a comfort thing, and you can hear it already with you guys. Like, if you know each other really, really well and you're relaxed with each other, then the conversation becomes naturally funnier. Do you know what I mean? Does that sound fair?
It does, but silly voices help, you reckon?
Okay, go for a silly voice as well.
Okay, well,
any accent.
We're here on the show. Why did I suddenly go to Mickey Mouse? No copyright infringement intended when I went with that
immediate
voice there.
Jump.
Well, hey there, sports fans! I don't know why I suddenly went to that voice. Catherine, do a silly voice.
Oh, I can't do anything on you.
Fair enough. Your voice is silly enough.
Yeah. So, if any of our listeners are aspiring comics, do you have any advice or any more advice for them?
Yeah, I've kind of said it all, I guess. I mean, just getting out and do it. I have had a load of mates who, it's been really nice. They've sort of started taking up stand-up now, but I know that first step is so painful in a way. It's like, I know so many people who keep saying that, I need to go up and do some stand-up, but they can't quite bring themselves to book an open mic. I think just do it. I think that's the way to do it. And I'm lucky, being based in London, there's so many open mics available to people of all levels. So just get online, find one that's a beginner one, and just get up and see what happens. Like, what's the worst that can happen, really? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that everyone always is worried of embarrassing themselves, but realistically, if you're going to get up and tell 5 minutes of jokes, the worst that can happen is that they're not going to laugh. And once you're over that in your head, you'll be fine, and then you get better.
Well, I'm fairly used to people not laughing at me.
You'll be fine then. There you go. All
Lovely.
good.
If our listeners would like to come and see Ginger as the New Black, or just indeed sit in a room full of redheads, how can they do that?
So we're on the tour now. There's a few dates that haven't been announced yet, but dates currently on sale are in, I think, Harrogate. We're doing Glasgow Comedy Festival in March. We're doing Derby in May. And yeah, there's a few more that are still to be announced. So basically, if they follow me on Twitter, it's just search James Wilson Taylor. And yeah, I'll be putting all the dates up there as we go through the year.
Was it intentional that you went for cities with high populations of ginger people already?
Well, I mean, I don't know the exact stats, but yeah, Edinburgh was certainly an eye-opener, I must say that. It was a much easier sell at the Fringe than any show has ever been before, because it's like, oh, the market's already here.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking to us this evening about comedy, about Doctor Who, about gingers.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it's always good. And, really pleased that somebody is out there breaking down those walls and dispelling those myths. It is about time we had justice.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I'm going for. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I think it's going pretty well.
Do people actually want the e-ink sign? Other than Terence Eden, who I've already seen tweeting about buying a giant e-ink screen. Terence, we love you, but don't do it. The bagel toaster is too far.
Giant e-ink screens. Not even once.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like you've got support, but of course that could all change by the end of the show, so do keep getting your votes in at gkly.co/fundit.
And I think in the spirit of this, actually, no matter what the result is, I win.
Sure.
3 million, 2 million more votes towards not funding it, it's still going to get funded.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Totally.
Let's also have a look at how the Would You Rather is going,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that was another question we posed. We tweeted a poll, would you rather listen to 50 episodes of Geekly, all of the ones that have happened, or read 50 Shades of Grey over the course of 50 days? And it looks like quite a lot of you would rather listen to 50 episodes of Geekly than read 50 Shades of Grey, but there are a few of you.
Some people would rather...
Yeah, I'm worrying about 17%.
I'm always worried about the 70. I'm worrying about the weenus.
When are you not worried
I'm
about
looking at the weenus, Catherine, and I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Niche Friends reference there.
It's a common weenus problem.
I'm also thinking of common problems to do with... the weenus.
Oh no.
And the anus, the annual net usage statistics.
I'm worried where you're going with this.
Well,
I really am.
Of course, as we said earlier, it's
This is
international.
like a Series 2 Catherine segue.
It's International Work Naked Day.
Yes.
We are, of course, because this is radio, honouring that pledge. Now,
Well, I mean, you two are. I
Yes.
turned up in clothes like some kind of fool.
The issue we're now having is that we've just eaten some Tabasco chocolates. And
You really shouldn't scratch.
no, I kind of need to read the Naturist Handbook, I think, because I think may have made a mistake here with the chocolate, and I'm in
dear.
pain.
Yeah, the Tabasco it can't be a pleasant experience for you.
No,
Can't be
but
pleasant.
like I said, maybe I need to read the Naturist Handbook and see how that goes. Just
Perhaps.
throw that word around there, Naturist, for no apparent reason.
No.
It's not
No
like it's
reason.
a winning word or anything.
Nope.
Wow.
What? Subtle?
Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will be checking in with the final results of all of our wonderful polls later in the show
We will.
and doing a cheeky little bit of Bad Song of the Week. But first, it's time for an extra special Game of Geeks.
Game of Geeks. It's like a quiz show, only it's... Oh, wait, it's exactly like a quiz show.
Oh, Game of Geeks then.
Yes, Game of Geeks. And because it is the final episode of the series, and it's my first go at getting to host Game of Geeks, I've kind of meddled with the format a bit.
A bit.
I've completely thrown the format out,
Right,
is what
I
I'm
see,
trying to tell
I
you
see,
here.
right.
So because I wanted to do something special. 50 episodes, let's play a completely different quiz.
So Game of Geeks is not a quiz for the listeners. This is where you pit Catherine and I against each other, right?
Exactly. So the two of you, I shall ask a series of questions in 3 rounds, and whoever scores the most points wins, basically.
Okay.
We do have ongoing scores for the series, and Catherine is victorious.
Yes,
in terms
Catherine,
of the series.
congratulations. You've won the series. Well done.
But
Thank
for
you very
the
much.
extra bonus, episode 10, end of series,
How
Geekly 50
exciting.
victory, we're going to play a brand new game. But in order to play such a brand new game, we are going to need brand new buzzers. So this week, Kez goes.
Ooh, party.
Indeed. And Catherine goes.
Ooh, party.
Well, pop my cork.
Well, pop your
Indeed.
Well, blow my blower. See? We've got big green buttons here in the studio.
I mean,
Never mind Game of Geeks. We're just going to do this all night.
great. That's fine by me. I mean,
You've turned it off, haven't you?
yes, I have. I wrote this whole quiz, but if you want to just sort of
Have a buzzer off.
have a buzzer off, that's also fine.
Buzzer off. Buzzer. Anyway, carry on.
So, yes. In the first round of the quiz, as I said, usually it's pop culture questions, but I have changed it up. So, this round is going to be a music quiz.
Oh, exciting.
I'm going to give you a short blast of 4 reasonably popular, well-known songs,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me the connection that links together all of the songs.
Okay.
Okay.
If you
Connector
buzz in
Rooney.
on the first song, you get 4 points. Second song, you get 3 points. Third song, you get 2 points. And if you buzz in on the last one, you only get the 1 point.
Okay, all right. Come on, let's hear it.
Them's the
Come on,
rules.
let's
So
hear it.
let's start with round 1. And
Okay.
the first song is coming up now. Catherine,
Star Trek.
is not the connection, I'm
Okay.
afraid.
Where did that song fit into Star Trek?
Because it's sung by T'Pau and the name comes from the Vulcan priestess.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that's true, but it doesn't connect all 4 of the songs.
All right,
in
come on,
sequence.
next
No,
one,
no,
next
fine.
one. Next one.
So, next song coming up now. Kez,
Tableware.
not the answer, I'm afraid.
Ah, that's a shame.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Good guess, but
China, we had Silver Lining. Never mind.
I'm going to move on
Go on.
to the next clue, which is... Kez,
Precious metals.
China,
Oh, yeah.
precious metal?
Materials.
That's way too vague, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Okay, final clue coming in now.
Diamonds are forever sparkling.
Kez,
It's got to be a link to do with materials of some description.
Sort of,
things
if you can
that
tell
you
me.
wear on a ring.
you ever seen a China ring?
Yes.
A napkin ring could be made of
Ah,
China.
yes.
I'm afraid that is not the answer to the
Catherine and I are just
question.
working together now. Do you have any idea what this is? No. No, all right then. So give us the answer.
In the chat room, Dweeb has suggested nouns, which is far too vague, I'm afraid. But Edent has got it right. The answer is wedding anniversaries.
Oh, of course.
China, silver, gold, and of course, diamond. So, no points there, I'm afraid, but we do get
That's a
to
good
move on to the next question.
Come on then.
So, first clue coming in now.
You're unbelievable.
Kez,
Alternative facts.
not the connection, I'm
Ah.
afraid. It's,
Damn.
again, close, but no.
All right, come on then.
Second clue coming up now. Kez,
The relationship between Theresa May and Donald Trump.
I really wish that was the answer. I so want to give you the points for. I might award you a bonus point just for saying that,
Thank you.
but no, that's not the connection, I'm afraid. So
Done.
the third clue coming up now.
Do you believe in life after love?
Ah, Go on, you and
Catherine?
then just before me.
Believing.
Is the right answer.
I was
Coming in
about to
after
say
3
that.
clues. Catherine scores 2 points. The connection was believe.
2 points. 2 points. 2 points.
Want to take a stab at what the 4th song would have been?
Daydream Believer.
Ooh, nice one.
Yes!
That's
That's what I would have picked.
got to be worth a bonus point.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we're equal
why
now.
not?
I've had 2 bonus points.
I'll give you a
You've got 2
bonus
real
point.
points.
This entire thing is a farce.
There we
so
go.
I've written 2 little B's in the
50
case column.
episodes in, we're all winners here.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the next music connection round.
Come on
And it looks like the first clue is coming in now.
The light that you shine can't be seen.
Kez?
Sea animals.
I'm afraid not.
Something about seals.
That's not even slightly close.
Okay.
Second clue coming up. Kez again.
Things Donald Trump has done in his first week in power.
I didn't know he'd done Bjork.
Why?
Shushing people, making people go silent, and signing executive orders with the presidential seal. Seal, kiss from a rose. That was what I got that from.
That's such a tenuous link.
Is it the right answer?
It's not the right answer, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It is simpler than that. I will play you the third clue, and
Go on.
hopefully
Go on.
that'll get you on track. Kez?
Things Donald Trump has done is for no. Obviously, so Material Girl. We've got Material Girl, Kiss from a Rose, and
Or is it Oh So Quiet?
It's Oh So Quiet.
We're
So
not supposed to help each other.
so it's quiet. It's material, and it's
You're thinking too much into
what's
this.
quiet, material, and what was the other one?
Well, I can't tell
No,
you.
the one that we've already had.
You had Kiss from a Rose,
Yeah.
It's Oh So Quiet, and Material Girl.
What's red, quiet, and material? Jeremy Corbyn.
Is he? Would you call Jeremy Corbyn material? Would you call any of his sort of...
Well, maybe if we
Presents.
flayed his skin off and tanned him, we could maybe cover
Where
it
do we?
out.
Okay, give us
I'm
the
going
last
to
song.
play the 4th clue now. Kez.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Catherine, I'm going to fling it over to you for a bonus point. Any ideas?
No. Hang on. No.
All right, come on, just tell us what it is.
You sounded so excited there.
Tell us what
Well,
it is.
no, I was thinking about all the single ladies and Beyonce and something about twins, and then I thought, well, Madonna's adopted a lot of kids, and I was having a thought, but then it didn't fit with the rest.
Oh, I wish I'd been that clever. No, it's really quite simple, but you've got to think about it kind of laterally. We heard Kiss from a Rose, which is by Seal.
Seal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Oh So Quiet, which is by Bjork. Material Girl, which is by
Madonna.
Madonna.
Seal, Bjork, Madonna.
And Single Ladies, which is by Beyonce. All
Seal, Bjork,
artists
Madonna, Beyonce.
with one-word names.
That's clever. As Dweeb says in the chat room, Kez, you're too clever for your own good. I get that
Indeed.
feeling now.
I should also, because I've just checked the chat room for the first time in a while, it was Eden's wife that guessed the wedding anniversary thing.
There we go.
So, good job, Eden's wife.
Good job. Eden's wife or
Mrs. Eden.
Whedon's wife.
Okay.
Anyway,
Spinnerisms. Okay.
Final round of the music connections.
Go on
there's
then.
another one. Yay.
Yep.
I
First
like this. I could do
song.
this all day.
Yeah.
I should have written more of these.
Series
First-
6.
First song coming in now.
Daddy, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Daddy, don't
Kez. Going to need an answer at some point.
Sorry, my brain froze. No, sorry, it's gone.
I don't think I've ever even heard that before.
All right, next
so
one.
that's helpful.
All right. Second clue coming in now. Kez.
Telephones.
Is the right answer. Coming in after 2 clues, you score yourself 3.
Okay.
I was
legitimate
going
points.
for something much more complicated. The first time around, I thought it was going to be like, this has been a week in which people have been receiving phone calls because, but no, it was much simpler than that, and it was just
Oh, yeah.
telephones.
So did we have like Blondie hanging on the telephone? Oh Yeah.
And was the next one Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen?
It was not. The
Was
Blondie
it,
was the fourth clue.
Was it that like written on the back of my hand song?
That would have been a good one. No, I went far more sort of cheesy noughties. I went with The Feeling.
I love it when you call. When you call. I love it when you
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But that is the end of the music round.
But there's
and
more still to come, right?
There is more still to come, but I can tell you
Keep it going.
at the end of the music round, Catherine is on 2 points, but Kez is pulling ahead with 5.
Oh, exciting.
Yes. Now, this one is a Game of Geeks twist I have introduced before.
Okay.
Which is rather
no.
exciting. You're going to be taking it in turns for this one, and Kez, as you're in the lead, you're going to get the first go on guessing here.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is the
good luck.
game we call Swanee Kazoo.
Okay.
Catherine,
The game I am incapable of playing.
I'm going to hand you a Swanee whistle because if last time is anything to go by, you are terrible at playing the kazoo.
Yep.
You don't even know how they work.
I'm terrible at playing the the whatever this is, the Swanee whistle
The
as well.
Sonny, the Sonny whistle.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the kazoo.
Sonny whistle and chair.
Oh, if we didn't already have an episode title. I'm going to play the kazoo. Catherine's going to play the Swanee whistle. Kez, buzz in as soon as you guess what we're playing. This is the song
God.
that we're going to do. I'd like to go from the start, so do your absolute best on the Swanee whistle.
I'm
I
just
will
going to go
say
from wherever I can remember.
it's
Okay.
a bit of a rubbish Swanee whistle, I have to say. So good luck. But let's
on.
play the first clue.
Bring it. Catherine, could you stop for a second? I just want to hear Chris. Okay, I
Yes.
think whatever it is, it's by the clangers. That's as much as I got.
Is that your guess? Is that the guess
I
you're
had
going
no
with?
idea what that was there. Catherine, you were truly awful at playing the whistle.
Yeah, she was. The song that we were
I had a
going
go.
for there. Let's check in with the chat room. None of you have got it, I'm afraid, in the chat room. The answer we were looking for was Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac, which Catherine beautifully butchered
Right.
with the Swanee whistle. I should admit, in the interests of full disclosure, that Swanee whistle did cost me $2.99 on Amazon.
Well, there we go.
That was $2.98 too much.
Yeah. But moving on to the next question. So, Catherine, buzz in as soon as you get this. Kez, this is the song that we're going to be playing.
Okay.
We're going to go from the beginning again. And, Catherine, let's see how well you can do. So,
Ready?
here we go.
If I could turn back time.
Is the right answer.
How do you do that?
By playing the instrument, Catherine. Playing the instrument.
But I hear something in my head, and then I blow air out of my mouth, and it's completely different.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So, before we do the next clue, I am just going to give Catherine a quick primer on how to play the kazoo. So you stick it in
geez.
your mouth
Right,
and you hum. You don't blow, you just hum.
right, okay.
And it works. Give it a
Let me
go.
have a
Give it a
little
go. There
we
you
go.
Fantastic. So you're going to take the kazoo. I'm going to take the Swanee whistle, and we're going to go from the beginning of the
Star
chorus
Wars theme.
of
Yeah.
this
There we go.
song, please.
Oh, God, I don't know what it's like from the beginning. That's the
No, from the chorus, the bit everyone
Right,
knows.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's play that in 3, 2, 1.
What even are you two doing?
Oh my God.
I give up.
I'm like sitting in an. You must imagine I'm sitting in like an empty cinema and it's all moody.
Actually,
I'm like-
I thought Catherine's rendition of that song was actually quite close. I completely ruined it with the $2.99 Swanee whistle.
Right, what was it meant to be?
The song we were trying to play was by Whitney Houston, and it was "I Will Always Love You."
Okay. Right.
Good job there.
Give me the whistle.
Well, for this one, I'm going to give you the kazoo.
Okay.
Because we're going to do a bit of swapping over. This is the song I would like to play. So let's go. Oh, I've just dropped it there. Let's go from the beginning of that. So I'm on the whistle, you're on the kazoo, and in 3, 2, 1.
You got it yet?
No.
This feature
So
has
like
become
it's a wonderful world.
Not even close.
Not even close. I am going to give you a point for that because it's a guess, but the song we were trying to play was "Hooked on a Feeling" by Blue Swede.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
There you go.
I hear something in my head and then I blow air out of my mouth and it's completely different. Sofa Seduction talking about the whistle or Trump describing his press conferences.
Dweeb says that is not how you kazoo, which is quite true. So, Catherine, you're on the whistle again for this one.
Beatbox.
I'm going to play the kazoo and
You got
you
your
hold
own.
on to that kazoo, and we're going to play that, I think, from the chorus. It makes the most sense. Okay?
Go on.
Yep.
2, 3, 4. Kez
Teenage Dirtbag.
is the right answer.
Finally an easy
Well
one.
done. And finally, with Kez on the Swanee whistle, we are going to play this from the beginning of the chorus for
Okay.
Catherine. So, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. Taylor Swift, Shake It Off.
Yeah.
It's the right answer.
There
Well
you go,
done.
See, I can play these things.
Yes. Oh, that was
For now on, I am the Swanee Whistle champion.
that
no matter what you
was
say.
fantastic. Well done to both of you for
Thank
getting
you.
some points in that round.
Thanks very much.
There is more to come, but at the end of round 2, Catherine is on 5 points, but Kez is still in the lead with 6.
Hey.
So
Hey.
now we move into our final round. This one
there's
is
more?
Yep, this one is going to be a quick fire
exhausted.
Breaking
round.
a sweat here.
And basically,
I need a beverage.
what is going to happen is I'm going to read you out some plots of famous books and films in 6 words, and I want you to
Nice.
tell me what book or film I'm talking about. So fingers on buzzers. First to buzz gets the point.
You realise you say fingers on buzzers. These buzzers are hand-sized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
you
think
can
I'd
put
be able to push this
all
with
your
just my
fingers
finger.
on the buzzers.
Okay.
But,
Oh yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, pops
good.
too early.
so first
What's
clue.
the answer?
First clue, and remember, this is a quick fire round. 2 men, 3 modes of transportation. Kez. I can't give you long. No, that's too long, I'm
sorry.
afraid. Catherine, do you know?
No.
Okay, that was planes, trains, and automobiles I was looking for. Next clue. Old woman's tenants are hapless criminals.
I'm clearly not very good at movies.
No,
No,
not seeing this one. That was The Lady Killers,
No, not
an
seeing.
old Ealing comedy. Next clue. French people sing their emotions loudly. Kez
Les Miserables.
is the right answer. I would also have accepted Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
Next clue. Small people return jewellery to volcano. Kez
Lord of the Rings.
is the right answer. Very well done. Next clue.
More people.
Dozen blokes argue over final verdict. Not seeing this one. This one was 12 Angry Men. Next clue. Romeo and Juliet on a boat. Kez?
Titanic.
Right answer again. Next clue. Trash compactor saves the human race. Kez?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Not the right answer, I'm afraid. Catherine, do you
You
know?
have a Wally.
Is the right answer.
Oh,
Well done.
of course,
Never
yeah.
seen it.
Wally's amazing.
Next clue. Bloke with a towel travels universe. Catherine?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Is the right answer. Well stolen there from Kez. Next
Curses.
clue. Undecided whether time's best or worst. Kez?
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The name has
It
escaped
was-
my head.
I can't give you long, I'm afraid. Catherine, do you know?
Taylor Two Cities.
Is the right answer.
Why
well
did
done.
I just a brain fart right there?
Next clue. Woman, yellow jumpsuit, and a sword. Catherine?
Kill Bill.
Is the right answer. Next clue is students steal parents' vintage car. Shenanigans
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
is the right answer. And finally, Transylvania Transvestite sings about sexy adventures.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Is the right answer.
Yes!
Well done. So, at the end of our super special Game of Geeks end of series edition. Wow. What a set of scores that is. Catherine, you're on a very respectable 9 points, but Kez, you just pulled ahead with 11. So that means...
Oh, yes.
This week's winner is... Kez.
Yay.
Happy days.
Oh, well
Well
done.
done.
Thank you. I love that format, actually. I'm thinking
is cool.
more of that. More of that, please.
I might have to completely change Game of Geeks next series.
Well, I think that worked. All right, we've got a few more things coming up in the show. We're going to talk to you about the amazing party that's happening tomorrow. You can still come along. It doesn't matter where
you
you're from.
can.
We've got people coming from Scotland. We've got people coming from all over. It's
a whole nother country, people.
Literally another country.
Oh,
so
yeah.
no excuse, no matter where in the world you are. Oh, that was an intense Game of Geeks.
Yeah.
Whew, yep.
But we've got something even more awesome than that coming up in 22 hours' time, basically.
Gosh.
It's the
It is.
50th episode right now of the Geekly Chronicles, and
That
we
is
are
what is currently
celebrating tomorrow with an actual, real, live, in-person party that you can actually come to.
Yep, there'll be humans there and everything.
We'll be there.
And dogs.
Many of our guests will be there. Guide dogs and therapy dogs, and welcome.
Yes.
There will be some food provided. There'll be some music. There'll be opportunities to win things.
Indeed, there will.
There'll be opportunity to buy things.
There might even be a little bit of Game of Geeks style quizzing going on.
There might be. There might be.
Depends if I write any questions, really.
So if you want to come along to our party tomorrow, head to our website, gkly.co/50. That's 50, or indeed the word 50. We've got you covered either way.
Yeah.
Just don't misspell 50. I have a habit of doing that.
Yes. You can put the numbers. That's often easier. But yeah, tickets are completely free. It is down in Reading. So,
Yep.
get to Reading. You
Yep.
have no excuses.
But it's at Reading Town Hall, the lovely Reading Town Hall. Beautiful
a lovely
building. They wanted to help us celebrate 50 episodes. It's right by the train station.
It's great.
Please do everything you can to come along and celebrate with us. It's our way of saying thank you to all of you for being with us for the last 50 episodes. It's been
Indeed.
amazing.
Thanks for the people that actually, tuned in to listen to this ridiculousness.
Yeah, exactly. So
That
many
we
of you
did.
have listened for so long as well. It's so amazing. Dweeb, I'm sorry. Dweeb in the chat room is saying that they're really sorry that they're not coming along. So, yeah, seriously, come along, come. Scatterbean says, do Roman numerals work? No, they don't.
I should make that happen, really.
Yeah, give it a few seconds.
Although it's a good question, really, Scattermoon, because are you one of the people that counts L as a valid Roman numeral?
I count L as a valid Roman numeral.
But that would just be gkly.co/L.
That's
So,
fine. L for party.
that might go somewhere else. I don't know. I don't even know what's on the website. Anyway,
So we've got people coming from all over for that party. Please
We do
join
indeed.
us. We would love to see you there. There is no requirement. It is family friendly. It's open to all, really. Catherine, why should they come?
Because we will be there and we are awesome.
Yes, Chris, why should they come?
there's food. Have we not stressed this enough? There is free food.
And it really is just a chance to get together with other, positive, happy, like-minded people and share an evening of fun and frivolity.
And meet us if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Find
that's-
out that we're actually human.
Very true. We do actually have faces, and Catherine and
Yep.
I will wear clothes tomorrow.
We can zip ourselves
I promise.
into our human forms.
We can.
The Slitheen that we are.
Slovene is a family,
Although that
not a
would
race.
explain the noises I keep making.
They are Raxacorica fallopatorians. Thank you.
We could all be.
You just sat there making Raxacoricophalopatorian noises.
Yes.
Okay.
The gas exchange is tricky.
Well,
Yes. But speaking of tricky gas exchange, do get yourself over to the website and book yourself a ticket.
Get a ticket. I mean, even if you're not sure you can come, grab a ticket. That way you're covered. You can come anyway. There are a few still left, so please get on that website, book some tickets, come along. And Chris, you're apparently going to be upset at the party?
It's like that recurring dream with the clown, only now there's 3 of them.
Oh, so you're going to cry at your party?
If I want to.
If you want to.
You would cry too if it happened to you.
Of course. However...
I'm just going back through the chat room and I'm like, wow. You were all so spot on with Game of Geeks. But,
right.
Speaking of other voting and stuff that we've done.
Yes.
It is time to reveal the results of Would You Fund It?
Oh, hold the phone, people.
I'm holding it.
Okay, you keep holding.
Well, 75% of people voted tonight to fund Protestify. The changeable, magical e-ink protest placard thing, which is delightful.
Crikey.
I'm excited about the bagel warmer. And in other vote news, the Would You Rather, 83% of you said that you would rather listen to 50 Geeklys in a row than read 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
To which I can only say, correct.
Very cool. Very cool. And really, the only bad song that we've had in that was truly bad was Friday by Rebecca Black, and we're not going to play that for you.
Yeah.
Never playing that again. We promised we wouldn't.
No. So that kind of leaves us at the end of the show.
That's pretty much everything we've got time for this week.
We do hope you will join us tomorrow.
Yes, we have our party to celebrate 50 episodes with all of you. But it's the end of Series 5, and we are definitely coming back for Series 6, right? Series 6 is going to be a thing.
Definitely.
It will. We'll be back with all your Geekly favourite, your favourite Geekly goodness, as well as a few new things on Friday, 19th May.
Friday the 19th of May.
Totally not scripted.
Geekly Series 6 coming back at you.
Put it in your diaries, kids.
For now, though, thanks to everyone who sent in requests, tweeted us, took part in the chat room during Series 5. We are going to miss you until May.
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow night, though.
It's going to be incredible to see so many of the Geekly community together in one place.
Oh, it really is.
It certainly is. But right now...
Well, from me, Kez.
From me, Chris.
And from me, Catherine.
It's goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.
You have been listening to the Geekly Chronicles, which was presented by Chris Chapman, Kez Guyan and Catherine Robinson.
It also featured narration by Hattie Hayridge and additional material from Tom Gilliford and Pips Miller.
The Geekly Chronicles would like to thank Board Game Crate, The Bosco Lounge, Ryan Brown, Ian Causey, Terence Eden, Melissa Elliott,
Tom Gilliford, David Hartley, Dr. Jenny Josephs, Lewis King, Thomas Knight, Matty Luke Basher,
Ellen Murray, Anna Pallai, Ellie Robinson, Andrew Smith, James Wilson-Taylor and Beth McClure-Webster.
The production manager was Chris Chapman and the series producer was Kez Guyan.
And Catherine Robinson was the Chief Burp Officer.
The Geekly Chronicles is a Tiny Kettle production.
Don't take the blue pill.
Live long and prosper.
And resist.
Resist!
Resist!